back to the channel. Today I want us to have a look at the chip stocks, the chip maker, the chip industry. There's been a lot of news, especially in the US, in China and Taiwan. And of recent, the US has just asked Nvidia not to supply China with some high-tech level of chips. What is it about the chip industry? The way things are going now, our mobile phones, our fridge, systems, laptop, everything has microchips, micro device. So the world is all about micro devices now. Everything has a chip, whether it's kid, phone, or tablet, all these things. Your washing machine, a host of these are the same chips that are used in developing tornado, missiles, weapons, aircraft. Everything has microchip now. This is the reason why you see the U.S. President has just signed the chip industry assistance package, which recently, some days ago, I think the President Biden actually, did the commissioning or the breaking ground of the Ohio Intel factory, which is going to create about almost, thousands of jobs for, about 3,000 permanent jobs, about 70,000 jobs, in the US. It's even not about the job. It's about bringing chip making back to the US. The US is currently making about 10% of the chips they use in the US. By doing that, by investing in chip industry, it's like giving subsidy, to the industry so that they can produce the chips that Americans need on American soil. Maybe not all of them will benefit from the, let me call it subsidy, which is the assistance government, recognizing that the chip industry is key to the growth of their nation. We can see that TSM, the Taiwan Semiconductor, was in the news because it supplied US with chips and supplied China, and China is claiming hold to Taiwan. Whether China is going to invade Taiwan is a different thing. We don't know. So, but the chip industry has seen, the geopolitical tension playing out, which is affecting the relationship between China and Taiwan and the US. So they're not susceptible to the geopolitical tension also with Ukraine and Russia. These things, they all work together. Let's have a look at Nvidia, which is in the news. Intel is also in the news for their Ohio factory. Micron is doing well. AMD and TSM, Taiwan Semiconductor. Let's have a look at them. I have done my valuation. I have some of these stocks, not all of them. Also, my largest position is Intel. And Intel stock price has been dropping. It should be around $30 to $31 or so. I have added more to my position. It's the largest position in my stock, in my portfolio, not as a lead, but in my own portfolio. Intel occupies the largest position of all stocks. Among the chip makers, it's also the largest. After Intel, I have Nvidia, then I have TSM. But that is for me. I'm not asking you to do the same. Do your own valuation as well. All I can say now is that given the environment that we have, given that we're still within the bear market, I have done my valuation. I've seen that these stocks are in position of buy. We have rated them as buy. Let's have a look at the chart. Let's have a look at price action. Let's see the fundamental information, the market cap. Then we'll also have a look at the price action to see where they are on the chart. Let's have a look. Here is a technical chart for Nvidia. Let's start with the market capitalization. The market capitalization is 359.68 billion. Shares in float is 2375.0. Shares outstanding is 2500.0 million. The EPS rating is 84, while the 5-year P range is 16 to 89. Return on equity is 52%. Cash flow is $4.96. These are the past EPS, and then in Nvidia is profitable up to date. It currently trading 143.87, which is equal to minus 58% of 52 weeks high. The 52 weeks high is 346.47, while the 52 weeks low is 132.70. Let's have a look. Let's just dissect the price action. As you can see, just like many other stock in the industry, it's trending down. We are still in bear market, but this gives a good ample time for you to invest in Nvidia. If you haven't done that, what you need to see is it trending lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and it's currently down here. So this is on a weekly chart. It is currently trading below 10 weeks moving average and 40 weeks moving average. Let's have a quick look at the daily chart. On a daily chart, it is crystal clear. Like many other stock, it is trending down. It is trending down. It broke this level of resistance and backed in at the moment. So the resistance is even holding for now. But then, as I said, it gives opportunity for you to add to your Nvidia position if you have in Nvidia. If you don't have in Nvidia, and it gives a good time for you to begin to invest in, Nvidia is currently below its intrinsic value, depending on your valuation method. Now let's have a quick look at Intel. Intel, Intel is is the largest position in my portfolio, apart from being the largest of the chip industry stock that I own. Let's start with um, the weekly chart. The market capitalization is 129.17 billion. The shares in float is 4064.9 million. Shares outstanding is 4106.0 million. The EPS rating is 43. The EPS growth rate is 10%. The EPS the P ratio is 8. Cash flow is $8.43. Return on equity is 26%. These are the past EPS to date. 2022, the estimate it's negative. 2023 is positive. Um, we have $31.46, which is equivalent to minus 44.1% off 52 weeks high. The 52 weeks high is $56.28, while the 52 weeks low is $29.91. Like many other stock, Intel is trending down. It is downward trending, even though the moving average is pointing down as well. It is currently trading below 10 weeks moving average and 40 weeks moving average. Intel is trading down. For my own portfolio, I've added more to my position of Intel. Intel is a long time play for me. So the further down it goes, the better for me, because I would add to my position. Intel is a company that I know is going nowhere. So let's have a quick look at the daily chart. On a daily chart, it is obvious, crystal clear. Intel is trending down. It is currently trading below 15 days moving average and 50-day moving average. The green and the red line, it is below them, and you can see the comparison to where S&P 500 is today. So Intel is significantly down, which is like we already seen the I think it was 44.1% off 52 weeks high. So let's have a quick look at TSM. I also own TSM stock. It's not a lot of the stocks I have in my portfolio. Let's start with the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we have market capitalization 422.82 billion. Is a huge company. Shares in float 5134.2 million. Shares outstanding 5186.1 million. The EPS rating is 96. The P ratio is 16. Cash flow is $1.41. And these are the past EPS from 2015 till date, and also the estimate. The estimate is in negative. We have it is currently trading $81.53 and is minus 43% of 52 weeks high. 52 weeks high is $145, while 52 weeks low is $73.74. For price action, as we can see, it is trending down, and we have a level of resistance that was broken here, and level of support. This is weekly chart. Let's move on to daily chart so we can see more. On a daily chart, there isn't you don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this is a downward trading stock. It is currently trading below 15 days and 50-day moving average on a daily chart. So let's have a quick look at Micron, MU, Micron Technology. It's also another chip maker. Let's start with the weekly chart. On the weekly chart, we can see the market capitalization is 63.41 billion. I must say, Micron has done well of late. Micron and AMD. This is Micron. Shares in float is 1092.1 million. Shares outstanding is 1103.1 million. The EPS rating is 75. P ratio is 6. Cash flow is $11.79. I mean, you can see they're very liquid. Return on equity is 17%, and the EPS from 2015 till date, and the estimate for 2023 is negative, while full year for 2022 is positive. You can see it is currently trading $57.48, which is minus 41.6% off 52 weeks high. 52 weeks high is $98.45, and 52 weeks low is $51.40. And then price action. This is what it is obvious that this stock is also trending down. We're still in bear market, so you can understand many of these stocks are downward trending. There was a period of consolidation around here, but then it has broke this level of support. So it is trading down, even though this last candle here is a bullish candle, and it actually looks like an armor. So let's go on a daily chart, and that's a weekly chart candle. Okay, so on a daily chart, as we can see, we have lower low, lower high. We have another lower low, lower high, lower low, low. Okay, here is a period of consolidation. Then we have lower low, lower high, lower low. We also have a lower high here, lower low, and we have a lower high, lower low, lower high, and we have like a channel facing down. So currently it is trading below 15 day, which is the green line, and the red line 50-day. moving average. So this stock is trending down. However, as we say, the last two candles here are bullish and there's a gap here. So you need to see it as opportunity for to invest on Micron. If you have Micron before, you can add to your position. We have done our own valuation. We see it as a buy. Um, Also, if you don't own it at all, this is a good point to start investing in um, Micron if you want to consider it as a chip maker. Let's have a look at AMD. AMD is another chip maker that is doing excellently well. The CEO is a lady, Lucy Liu. Um, let's start with the weekly chart. On a weekly chart, as you can see, you don't need a soothsayer to tell you this is a weekly chart. You don't need a soothsayer to tell you that this stock has been bullish for quite some time. And you also have here, which we can also say that okay, there's a level of resistance there that has been broken. However, let's start with the market capitalization here, 138.47 billion. Shares in float is 1604.3 million. Shares outstanding is 1620.5 million. The EPS rating is 99, while the EPS growth rate is 127. Return on equity is 52%. Cash flow is $3.18. And as you can see, these are the past EPS. Currently, the estimate is negative for 2023. Um, it is currently trading $85.45, which is minus 48% off its 52 weeks high. 52 weeks high is 164, while 52 weeks low is 71. And then let's go on to daily chart for the price action. On a daily chart, as you can see, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have a lower high, we have a lower low. We also have a lower high here, and you have a lower low, lower high. Here it looks like a period of consolidation, sideways. It was moving sideways. Then we have a lower low, we have a lower high. We begin to have higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then a downward movement here at the level there. Also, we are still in bear market, given the macroeconomic environment, the inflation. The Fed is still increasing interest rate by 0.75 basis. You need to consider all these factors. However, for AMD at this stock price, we have done our evaluation. We own the stock in the past, and we still have it. We have added to our position. You can also do your valuation, but we have rated this as a buy. So you can also do your own valuation. Let's have a quick look at which of the other one in the chip industry. Okay, let's have a look at the five of them compared with the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq. I think I've actually opened that here. Here you can see this is Intel, Nvidia, TSM, Micron, AMD, and this is Nasdaq and the S&P 500. And you can see the percentage to date. The S&P 500 is minus 8%. The Nasdaq is minus 19.8%, as you can see. So do the comparison. Be sure that any of this chip maker, given that the US has passed a bill for chip making industry, there's a lot of positiveness in the industry. However, Nvidia is at a price that is below its intrinsic value, but given that also the US government has restricted that Nvidia should not send some of those high level advanced chip to
China, for security and technology. Geopolitical tension is also playing out on the chip industry. Taiwan is TSM is owned by Taiwan Semiconductor, which is a territory China is claiming to be theirs, and the US is supporting them. Whether China will invade Taiwan is a different thing. We don't know. But guys, be careful. Do your valuation. We have rated these stocks as buy of the among the stocks in the chip industry, but do not take our word for it. Take our word with a pinch of salt. Do your own valuation. Use your own metric.
You have seen the price action for these stocks. Even though we have rated them as buy, do not just take our word for word. Take our word with a pinch of salt. Do your own valuation. Use your own metric. Intel is rated as buy. Nvidia is rated as buy. TSM is rated as buy. Micron is rated as buy. AMD is rated as buy from Elite Pro Investment. However, you are not Elite Pro Investment. You need to do your own valuation. Use your own metric. Thank you for watching this channel. We continue to produce content that will support your investment journey. Please call again.